Hello.
Hi guys. So this is supposed to be our last episode of Bali, but we're already in Singapore, and let me tell you why. I just feel like we were just cursed by the island. It all started before we even get there. So we booked the flight probably like a couple months in advance, like 4 or 5 months, I think. We were supposed to be there on August 22nd, and then when we were in Japan, I got an email from Jetstar, which was the airline that we were taking, and they're like, oh, sorry, we're shutting down all our flights in Asia area. So your flight could be canceled, please contact us. At first, I thought it was a scam. I called them, and turns out it wasn't a scam, that they were actually shutting down the whole area. They're reducing all the flights. So when I called them to confirm, because I still see my flight there, I was like, so, you know, like if there's still a flight, does that mean that we still be able to fly to there that day? They're like, no, I'm sorry, we're not sure. You know, like nothing's confirmed. So I was like, what does that mean? They're like, yeah, you see your flight, but you can check it every single day, but you can get your flight canceled the day before. So I was like, okay, I guess I have to get a full refund and book another flight. But at that time it was so close. It was like probably 1 month before our actual flight. So there was not much options to flight there. So the only flight we could found, we think that the price range that was close to our original flight to get there was like a transfer flight that we have to stay almost overnight in Hong Kong and get there the next day, August 23rd. And that was like pretty much our only option, or else all the other flight that we can get there on the same day is double. And so we have no choice to book this flight. And then they said they're gonna give us a full refund, and we pay around 950 Canadian dollars. But they were saying that, oh, we can only refund you the amount in Australian dollars. So when we even got the full refund, we lost like $100 in like currency exchange. I don't know how. So we only got like probably $850 back and lost $100 there, lost a night of hotel. And when I told my mom about it, my mom was already saying that maybe they're, you know, it's like telling you shouldn't go. And turns out my mom was right. We shouldn't go, because finally got there. I don't know what they did to my suitcase. They threw it so hard. My suitcase strap is broken. And then our ride to the B&B, like his Airbnb said that they can like order the ride for us. And then it was like 450,000 rupiah one way from the airport to there. And later on we found out that if we just get a Grab, it's only like 223,000, which is half of the price. So we already start getting scammed from there.
And then once we get to our first Airbnb, it looked good. Like the pictures definitely looked really good, and it looked cool when we walked in. But then right from the first night, it was we noticed how bad it was. There's a lot of bugs. It was super noisy. There was really no insulation at all. It's just like a wooden cabin. And it was right beside the road, so we heard all the cars, all the mopeds. Every night there was like 4 dogs. I would start barking at each other or howling. It made it really, really hard to sleep, and it was pretty unclean too. We had a lot of geckos in our room, and we'd wake up or just come back from day trip and have gecko poop throughout our room.
Yeah, well, we never seen the actual geckos, but we've seen their poops.
Yeah, there was a lot. And then they eventually did move us into a different room. It was a little bit better, but still pretty noisy, a little bit dirty.
Yeah.
Lots of bugs again, still a lot of mosquitoes. I think we went through a lot of bottles of mosquito spray.
Yeah, probably like we stayed there for 1 month. We ran through at least like 8 bottles of mosquito spray. And then their swimming pool is not clean. Like honestly, on the pictures, everything looks so great. You know, like the pool looks good, the room looks good, and like they got all 5-star reviews. I don't know how are these people giving out 5 stars review? Like,
low standards.
Yeah, like I don't know how you live in a room like that.
On our first day, we went to the grocery store. Joe got a massage, and then I walked to the grocery store, which is a pretty sketchy walk. If you're walking around Ubud, there's no sidewalks. You're walking along cars and mopeds zooming by. But beside the grocery store that we shopped at, there was a money changer, and he was telling me he'll give us a better rate the more money we exchange. I was a little foolish, I guess. I didn't do enough research, because if you do look it up, there's a lot of money changer scams in Bali. So I believed him, and I knew I should be watching everything that he does, and I did watch. Every time he touched some money, I watched him, but somehow he still scammed us.
Magic hands.
Yeah, he was really smooth. I don't know, he was really good, but in a bad way. We almost lost like $200 Canadian.
Yeah.
He scammed us pretty bad.
And it took us like almost a week to find out that we lost $200.
Because we exchanged a lot of money, so we got a big pile of money. Again, I thought I did count it all, but he touched it after I counted.
Yeah, like he will put all the monies in piles, and then he will let Jordan count it first, and then he will recount it again. So like when we do the research later on, some other YouTubers were filming like how they scam you. Like they will, when they count the second time, they would drop some money under the table, and so when you counted, all the money was correct. But then when you actually take the money home, you're losing money. That's how they trick you.
So after we got scammed, we started looking on the internet and noticed a lot of other people got scammed too. And actually the posts were really recent too. But some of them reached out to some tourist police, and they got lucky and they got their money back. So we took a moped bike ride down to the police station, told them everything that happened. Even though we had no proof, they still believed us. They still went to the money changer with us. And like right away, when the police were there, the guy just gave us our money back. Like no questions, no need for proof or anything. And this was like a week after, so they probably scam a lot. So if you're gonna be changing money in Ubu, I would just use a bank. They don't charge commission, and they give just as good as rate as the money changer. Yeah, it's safe. Use a bank.
Honestly, like I didn't know that we could get scammed like this, because like all the people there, they seemed really nice, and like I know that they're really religious. So I think that since they're so religious, like you know, like they're really honest people. And plus, like Bali is such a big tourist site, and I just think that like this kind of things would not exist. But I guess we were wrong. So just if you still want to go, and just be really careful with this, because this is really, really common.
So about 1 week into our trip, I got first dose of food poisoning. I think it was from a restaurant from across the street from our Airbnb. I mean, we ate there 2 times before, so that night was our 3rd time eating. But a few hours later, I was throwing up, going to the bathroom. Probably like the most aggressive throwing up I've ever done.
Like he sounded like he was possessed by a demon.
Yeah, and along with the food poisoning, I also had like pretty bad sore throat and some pain in the ears, maybe a small ear infection. Felt like there was always fluid in there. So all that combined, decided to go to a clinic. Clinic was a little bit pricey. Just to see the doctor was around like 40 Canadian dollars. And then we get in and they want to run all these tests, maybe like 6 or 7 different tests, and they're all adding up to a big giant bill. I think it was like 160 Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
So pretty expensive. Then they wanted to prescribe some symptomatic pills that were another 80 or so Canadian dollars.
Like the doctor said that, it's not gonna treat any of your sickness. It's only gonna make you feel better. But like he was feeling all right.
Yeah, I was feeling okay.
Like taking $80 medicine just to make you feel okay, but it doesn't treat you. It doesn't sound right to me, I guess.
So later they sent a prescription for antibiotics, which were like 1/3 of the price for the other medicine, and they worked okay. I wouldn't say they worked perfectly.
Also, while Jordan was having the food poisoning that day, we were supposed to travel to Canggu for like a night, and because he was too sick to go, so we wasted 1 night of the hotel money, and we were planning a week after that we were supposed to go to the island Lamboa, and we were supposed to go to this Manta Bay to see manta ray trip, and because he got the ear infection, so we have to cancel that too, and we lost money on that as well. So like we started off pretty rough, I would say. Like after all the scamming, flight got canceled, he got sick, like we were feeling so down already. Like we were scared to go out at one point. All our friends just like, just bad luck, like couple things, you should be fine. I was like, okay, you know what, let's just go out again. And then like we booked this like Kecak fire dance. For some reason, I never feel that like for that dance, like before it even start, we were sitting on the front row, and I was feeling like I was thinking all this like burn victim image in my head. I got a little bit scared and chills. I was like, what if that happens to me? But I was like, you know what, like it's not gonna happen. What could happen? So we were watching a dance, I was having fun. I was like, okay, well, like things are actually getting better now. And when they were doing the fire trick, of course, the dancer kicked the fire white towards to my leg, like he's kicking a soccer ball. There's a video, and I was filming, and I did not see it coming. And then like the dancer came right away, helped me get rid of the fire. But then I was so shocked, like now I'm okay, but then at that point, like my leg felt like it was like burning. It was so hot, it was burning. And they just keep the show going, like they didn't stop because of this accident, they just keep it going. And until the show was done, I was freaking out, And then like one of this really nice Australian girl and her friends, they came to me and she told me that she's an emergency nurse and she want to check my wound. And then she was looking at the service. She's like, okay, it doesn't look too bad. It's just really red right now at the moment. And then like her friends was super nice. Like brought us like couple bottles of water. She had to buy it. Those staff, they were gone. Like they come up to ask me if I'm okay. Like I think the dancer who kicked the fire to me, he checked on me once and that was it. And then like they didn't actually help at all. I don't know what they were doing. I think they were busy taking pictures, making more money, whatever. And then like the nurse friend have to buy me water to keep running cold water down my leg. Maybe because like I got proper treatment kind of, so like it didn't get worse. Eventually I got like a blister, but like it wasn't that bad. But at that point I was like really scared. You know, I have to like ask for a manager. I was like, where's your manager? And then like I waited for a while till someone show up and they were just like, oh, well, we're just gonna refund you the ticket. I'm like, no, you can't just refund me the ticket because like Jordan's shirt got a hole on it from the fire and our souvenir was on fire. And like they eventually pay us compensation money and then like got me some burning cream. But I just feel like, I don't know, I never have this happen in my whole entire life. I don't even think this could have happened to anyone. I got so scared the next couple of days. Like I woke up from nightmares thinking that if that fireball will land on my shirt, on my head, and it's gonna be so bad. I don't know. Yeah. That was really crazy. Getting fire on my leg wasn't the only time I get hurt. I keep getting hurt here, there. Other than that, like this, and comes to the end, like we thought that things should be okay, you know, like so many bad things already happened. Like we were about to leave, you know, like we were kind of excited. I felt like we were just surviving. We were trying to survive, like not die when we were there. And then like the second last day, I got sick, food poisoning. And I still don't know how. Like that pissed me off so much that because ever since Jordan got his food poisoning, we were so careful with what we eat. Like we basically cook our own food most of the time, and whenever we eat out, we only eat Western food because we think that like Western food is mostly for tourists, so they cook it more properly maybe. And like we never eat any food on the street. So, and we even start brushing our teeth with bottled water. So we try so hard. The day before we have to fly out, I got so sick that I couldn't go out at all. We were supposed to film, we couldn't film, and I was so worried that like I couldn't even make it to the flight. And luckily I did make it to the flight. We're in Singapore now, but I still have to go to the hospital today because it's not getting any better. So it's like a really bad food poisoning. It's not even the kind that like you can let it heal by itself. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like we're cursed.
So if you're going to Bali, hopefully it's only for a short period of time because we're not 100% sure what the big hype is about Bali. Just be safe with the food and the water. As much as we thought we were being safe, we still got sick. You'll see lots of stray dogs walking around. They're everywhere. Some friendly, some not so friendly. We heard a few stories of dogs biting some people. Yeah. Luckily, Joe didn't get bit this time, but...
Yeah, because like they're different than the dogs in like Taiwan or the Philippines. They're all really friendly. They never bark at people. But the dogs in Bali, they're really aggressive. Like they like to bark at people a lot. Mm-hmm. The emergency nurse who helped me with my leg that day, like she was saying that she have to treat another person that got bit by a stray dog. So that's really common. So just be really careful with the stray dogs there.
Another thing to be careful with is if you're going to be renting a moped or a motorcycle. We've seen a lot of accidents, and not just tourists too. Some locals were in some of these crashes. We've seen one really bad one where there's like a food delivery guy who's laying on the side of the road and his leg was covered in blood. So that was looked pretty bad. And as much as you can plan while you're staying there, just expect some things to not go with your plan, because some of our trips, and we would leave well before, like give us a lot of time to get there. But even when we book our Grab, there's a lot of drivers and they'll accept your ride right away. But you can watch their location on the app and they won't move for like 10-15 minutes maybe sometimes.
Yeah. And they won't respond to your call or text.
Yeah, so you're just stuck there waiting for a guy. He doesn't move. Don't know if you need to cancel or not. We canceled a lot, but we found sometimes when we cancel, when we go to book, the price goes up. So we pay more, and then you might get the exact same thing. A driver who accepts your ride and then just doesn't move for 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, there was one time this guy, we saw him coming, and then like he just turned around. It's getting further and further away. So we text him, and I was like, oh, are you still coming? He's like, oh no, it's a family emergency. I have to go home.
Yeah, I didn't cancel.
Why don't you cancel it? Like you just let us wait, and that's just so common.
There was another one we were waiting to get picked up at the grocery store, and they drove probably like 20 minutes. They were driving this time.
Oh, that happens 2 times. Like they would drive to you. We saw their car, and they just cancel on the spot and turn around. I don't know, like, especially if you have a flight to catch or anything, you have a schedule, please prepare like 1.5, 2 hours before, because you might be standing there waiting for 2-3 grabs until the actual driver will actually come pick you up. A lot of things are not really reliable there. Yep, so that's basically what happened to us. I know there's still so many people enjoy Bali, including me, because this is my second time being there. I have such a great time the first time, so I always have like a good impression of Bali. I was so excited to go back. I don't know, is that maybe because the first time I went with a tour group, so like I didn't get scammed, everything was planned, so everything was like nice and smooth, maybe. This time is just such a disaster, and then at one point I feel like if 1 or 2 bad things happen to you, you know, it's a coincidence, but like a series of unfortunate events keep happening to you. I was even scared that I was haunted. I have to like call my friend, so I was literally have to ask her like, can you check if I'm haunted, like someone is sitting on my bag or something today? And so she explained that maybe our energy is kind of off with the energy of Bali. Yeah, she's like now we're gone, we should be okay. This was our experience. I believe that Bali could be a great place to go, and we were just being cursed.
Yeah, we had some bad luck.
Yeah, I guess like, if you want to go, just be prepared that you might get food poisoning.
There's a high chance.
Really high chance.
Every time you want to look at a restaurant to go eat, if you're looking at Google, like if you look at the reviews, there's probably a lot of food poisoning reviews.
Yeah.
They're one after the other. Even if it's got high ratings, if you look, you'll see some for sure.
And like, we didn't really want to do this kind of video anymore, honestly, but it's just because so much happened in Bali in the short not even 1 month, like 20 something days. So we thought we should share with you guys. So if you're still going to Bali, just be really careful. Be careful with money scam, all kinds of scam, and be well prepared for poisoning. And if you're watching a Kecak show, don't sit on the front row, so at least someone get hurt, it's not gonna be you. Yep, and that's it. So I hope this video could help, or it might help me expressing my feelings. So, you know, I'm sick right now. Hopefully I'll get better soon. And yep, that's it for this video. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.